Hey there guys, SaintsKnight here, welcoming you guys back to the channel here with another TV show review. And today we are going to be reviewing the newest episode of Doctor Who titled The Ghost Monument. Now, as with all of our TV show reviews, or any review that we do in general, there will be absolutely zero spoilers in this video. This is just a video just for telling you guys about my thoughts and opinions about the episode in general. And if you agree with it, that's great. If you disagree with it, also great. This is just my silly personal opinion. So take this review, as we do with all our reviews, with a pinch of salt. And also, if you agree or disagree, whatever your thoughts, leave in the comments down below. But for now, so without further ado, let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. If you do want to keep seeing these reviews on the channel, you know what to do. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. So let's dive into the Ghost Monument. Now, the Ghost Monument, honestly, to me, I get that it wasn't going to be as good as the first episode. Well, if you don't know what this episode was, it's basically after the events of what happened in the first episode. If you haven't seen it, then go check it out on BBC iPlayer. It's really good. The Doctor, accompanied with the three main sidekicks, Graham, Ryan, and Yaz, are all on this on this planet, and they have to find a way to get off this planet and find something called the Ghost Monument. And that's all I can say about the plot without spoiling it, so I won't do so. Instead, what I'm going to talk about is some of the things that I enjoyed about this episode. Now, what I really enjoyed, as soon as it starts, I think this episode was actually the first episode to actually use the title sequence, like the intro sequence that we sort of thing. And I gotta say, a lot of people are actually really divided on it. On one hand, people like it. On the other, people don't. I sort of fall into the category of I like it. I mean, it's very creative. The musical score is actually really good. As I said in the last episode, the musical score is actually really good. Probably one of the best, in my opinion. And the entire sequence is actually short, yes, but if it dragged on too long, it would have been like sort of a case of like Westworld's intro, where it would get a little bit boring after repeated watchings. But it's short, it just keeps getting. It's very good as well. Another thing that I liked about what I liked about this episode as well is that they showed us they gave us more development of the characters, good character development. When I say good character development for the companions, I mean two companions. Graham and Ryan. Now Graham, is Bradley Walsh, and at the start, I thought that when it was announced that Bradley Walsh was going to be a companion, I thought it was going to be bad. Because it's Bradley Walsh. I mean, he hasn't done that type of acting before. Well, hasn't done that type of acting in quite a while, actually. But I liked him in the first episode. This episode, I loved him. Because he's more fleshed out. He cares for Ryan, and Ryan as well. Despite Ryan's actor not being the best, still a good character for me though. Unfortunately, for me at least, that can't be said for the other companion, Yaz. Now, Yaz, I mean, to me, so far within the first two episodes, Yaz hasn't been given that much to do. And honestly, she feels really, at some points, she feels out of place and not very useful to the actual overall arc. I mean, Graham and Ryan actually help out the Doctor quite a lot, whereas Yaz is just like, I feel like Yaz is probably like a background character, like the two wee side characters that we got, who are honestly very bland and uninteresting side characters to me. And to me, in a Doctor Who, actually in an episode of Doctor Who, it has to be intriguing, and it has to like maybe root for them, makes me want to care about them. They may be only in one episode, but still. Let's see what else. The plot of it, whilst it sounds very intriguing, I don't know. For me, it felt slow. It felt slow, and if you've watched my Sword Art Online allocation review, you know that whilst slow can be good, it also can be bad. And this is one of the instances where it was like, I wouldn't want to say bad, I would say hurts it a little bit. And the plot of it, I don't know, for me it feels like a classic Who episode. It honestly feels like actually reminds me of the Sylvester McCoy episode, the greatest show in the galaxy, I think, because it kind of has that sort of tone and rhythm to it. And let's see. One thing that I definitely like though is that I like the way that I know that it's pretty much a staple for New Who, but I like the fact that the setup for the future episodes, which I won't spoil here, is a really good one, and it sets itself up perfectly for the future of this series, which I do like. I do like it, even though it has been done before, and I do wish that we don't have something that like leads up to this one big epic conclusion. But I guess since it's a TV show and since they want to keep viewers and actually attracted, then I think that has to be done. Now for a controversial part of it. Now, I don't know if this could technically be classed as a spoiler, but we did get our first look at the TARDIS, which actually is right here. Now, the outside of TARDIS, I really like. It's very old-fashioned. It's like the 60s era, where it's like the old, like classic Who TARDIS, like the police box. And as for the inside, now a lot of people again are divided on the inside of the TARDIS, and this is actually what it looks like. I mean, I can't move that far, but you can pretty much get a gist of it. Now, when I saw leaked footage, well, not leaked footage, leaked photos, like set photos of the TARDIS, I was a bit hesitant because it looked too ridiculous to me. At this, a lot of people really like this TARDIS, a lot of people don't. However, it's my judgment, and it's my opinion, and I believe that this TARDIS looks awful. I mean, I get what they were going for in the whole like TARDIS console. The console itself, I get that they're trying to do because Jodie Whittaker is more Doctor is more like physical. She's more like she has more like movement. She does more movement. She is more physical. She actually does stuff manually rather than using cheap plot device all the time. She uses that quite a bit, but not too much. She's more of the physicality side, and the TARDIS interior and the console is supposed to reflect that. I get that. But I just don't like that the TARDIS is too dark. I mean, what the hell happened to the lights? I mean, I hate to sound like the freshener around it, but who turned out the bloody lights in the TARDIS console? I mean, I get that the TARDIS is supposed to be an extension of the Doctor itself. But if you took... But you know what? I reckon if you took the photo of the... If you took this photo that I have right here of the TARDIS interior, and you saw somebody who... If you went up to somebody who didn't watch Doctor Who and was like, whose TARDIS do you think that was? You wouldn't think that it would be Jodie Whittaker, who's more inclined with Matt Smith. You would think that it would be Christopher Eccleston, or you'd think it would be David Tennant, because their TARDISes were dimly lit, very grunge era. I mean, I get that a lot of people are actually going to hate me in the comments for saying it, but I don't like this TARDIS. It's just too dark, it's too dimly lit, it's like the set designer just wouldn't stop designing. It's too pointy. The shapes are just too square, too pointy, and they got rid of the round things. I mean, we know that the round things are never going to come back, but they could at least give us something. And the custard cream dispenser, I mean, I want one. I want a custard cream dispenser because they are my favorite biscuits of all time. Because the people who make custard cream, if you're watching this, sponsors. But yeah, this TARDIS I don't really like. But rant about TARDIS over. Let's dive into the final verdicts for the Ghost Monument. Now, since this was pretty much a filler episode for me, and while some filler episodes can be a bit interesting, like the Power of Three, despite what people say is bad, I personally think that one's it's interesting, it's unique, and it's new. This just feels generic, slow, and uninteresting. And for that, I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. I would have given it a 6 out of 10. I would have made it slightly above average, but the slow pacing, the uninteresting side characters, and the fact that they don't use all of the companions to their full potential when two of them have got to their potential, knocks it down to a 5 out of 10. For me, at least. So those are my thoughts. What do you guys think of the Ghost Monument? Whatever your thoughts, whatever your opinions, leave in the comments down below. And apart from that, I'm afraid it is now time to end today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy that. If you did, then please do me a huge favor, smash the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and if you are not new, then do not forget to click the bell icon next to the subscribe button to get notified on all of our upcoming videos. And apart from that, guys, we'll see you in the next video. So until then, it's your boy SaintsKnight signing off. Peace.